What up, traders? What up, investors? Kent here from Dyslexic Investor, and thank you for tuning in on a fantastic live stream. This is a little bit different than I normally do, and this is, again, it's a special birthday stream for myself. I took the day off from my day job, and now I'm going to be kind of just showing the things that I do in the morning. I'm usually on some kind of conference call or something like that for work. Since I took the day off, I'm relieved from that duty. On top of, we're going to be looking at, again, some charts. We're streaming 30 minutes prior to the market open, so we can kind of see potentially some activity going on, what's kind of popping, what some setups we can look at, some incremental trades that we can be potentially playing for the day, and just kind of going through my process of what I do in the morning. Again, this is a thing I really do love and enjoy. It's a very much of a strong passion. And a lot of people ask what I do on that morning, so it's definitely something that I wanted to share. And it really just starts out with number one, coffee, and usually eggs and toast. that's how most of the days start. And then, of course, seeing what the futures are like. And I also keep a very handy like a journal entry, not just on, like, I just track on different various things, everything from like the mood I'm in, if I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, how I'm overall feeling, and then just the overall potentially some ideas that I was been jotting out yesterday, the day before, or that week, or maybe going back to a couple other things. It's kind of a mad thing. It's a lot of scribbling and scrabbling around, and a lot of scratches and angry movements like that. But it's something. I think it's a very important thing to really have out there. Christopher, thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Yes, we're going to definitely look at Tesla. We'll look at all those fun charts. I have the headphones on so I can always hear my alerts go through. And we're going to be having a lot of fun starting with that without a doubt. So, folks, yes, I'm going to be have multiple of my screens up and running so we can kind of track and see how everything's going and just go from there. So, let's go ahead. Yeah, again, Christopher, the reason I track the feelings thing is just like, I'm a human, and if you're whatever the thing is like whatever you're dealing with outside the market or outside overall trading, it really affects your trading, like without 100%. Like trading setups, things like that is easy, but you got to check your emotions. If you are feeling down on yourself, you're just having bad luck or whatever reasons, really good to basically to balance yourself, lack of better words. Like I noticed that when I've had somewhat of a bad streak over like 2 or 3 days, I sometimes catch myself try to do revenge trades, aka trying to aggressively get that money back that I got. But I kind of just check myself at the door. I'm like, okay, listen, like the game that I play here, you don't win 100% of the time. Like you have to always be ready to lose a little bit, and you take the risks that you put on the table. And just being mindful of the game that we are playing in the market, it's very much an art form. And a thing I heard the other day is like, it's not a computer, because if it was black and white, the computer can do it for you. And this whole gray space, which us traders and investors live in, to interpretation of the market, is really what really makes it a lot of fun and exciting stuff. 100%. The market can affect your mood really drastically. If it's a good or bad day, or just just been beat down, you can really tell the difference on the sense of my mood, honestly, from that. Which again, I've tried to do myself the best, because I do have a family and I don't want to be coming off as angry or whatever reason, because I lost whatever amount of money on the market. Alan, thank you, my friend, for $5. I appreciate it. A birthday cough. I appreciate that, Alan. Always, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's the biggest social experiment. That is 100% correct there, Chris. That is 100% right. So let's go ahead and just jump into the charts here before we get more sidetracked about other things. Just kind of looking at the futures. This is usually what the first thing I always look at in the morning, looking at how the futures are trading, and how they're overall potentially moving the market or whatsoever. We can see on any particular trends going through. Did they sell off? Are they kind of hitting a level where they saw previously? Just kind of doing that homework. Again, most people who do trade and invest on a daily basis always have a routine. And then my routine is just kind of getting myself really acclimated to the market. Again, if you're off from the market, for me, in my case, if you're off from the market and not watching it for like a week or even a couple days, you kind of like, I won't say you lose sense of what's going on, but you just really need to know what's where's the money flowing. Is tech selling off? You can easily see that with a lot of the charts, but it really helps really define that when you look at if you do this on a day-to-day basis. Even though it's good at times to step back and kind of take a break from it, it's a very fine-tuned balanced method there. So basically what I'm looking at here right now is the NASDAQ. So due to the massive sell-off that we saw on Thursday, sorry, not Thursday, it was Wednesday, and then Thursday, kind of somewhat of a rebound, doing air quotes, to potentially see some strength come in here potentially. Because again, if you're not familiar with how the market moves, so I'm not going to be too big of a reader into the news kind of situation. I'm more of a dictation of price. And of course, this price just fell through the floor and really capitulated lower and lower due to the fact of everyone just trying to get out the door, collect their profits. It's towards the end of the year, so people are a little more hesitant to pull the trigger faster because they don't want to lose the gains they really have made this year. And it has been a fantastic year for a lot of people, and they're really just kind of eyeing that and potentially just being very careful with their position sizes. And again, a lot of people have done very well this year, and they want to be really protecting that from any kind of market drastic downturn. So let's go ahead and let me check something. Drinking some water. Of course, I always have Mr. Bull here and Mr. Bear here. And of course, we can squeeze it. If you don't recall, we can dictate the market in that way. Let's see here. Okay, QQQ. So if I don't talk for a little bit, it's my brain, my gears kind of trimming around, because again, this is an active trading session. So to be very mindful of that. So looking at here, so again, as you see with the QQs here, or the NASDAQ futures, this kind of support here, I have an alert here around 12,261. Let's just call it 12,260. Basically, it's kind of been somewhat of a soft floor of support here on the past 2 days. Again, we're looking here in the hourly chart to kind of, again, get the temperature of the market and kind of play it from there. With that potential movement here, we could potentially see some rebounding, like a bounce effect to potentially hit to where we're currently sitting at. Again, we have about 20 minutes until the opening, so we'll see potentially some more buyers or sellers coming in, because again, you can see in the volume right now, it's a very light volume until you start seeing coming in, because again, between the hours of 9:30 to like 10:30, you have the most aggressive amount of volume trading and more eyes on the screen and more just activity going on, because everyone's trying to rebalance things. They're changing positions from last night. They're doing this, or whatever reason they're changing things around. So the most active hours between 9:30 and 9:30 to 10:30, sometimes even to 11. And then you have some more efficient, highly volume amount of trading between 3 and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's the only time the market is the only market in the world that's open at that time. So you have a lot of more volume coming in around that time frame as well. So let's go ahead and just jump into a couple things here. Again, watching the Qs, again, a lot of the stocks that I do trade are in the tech field, so it's kind of somewhat efficient to kind of look at that. We can also look at the SPYs here. We're really seeing that kind of potentially kind of bounce back again. They sold off this last night as well. And then again, it's always good to kind of ground yourself and looking here on the daily chart here. That is definitely hitting that 21 EMA almost to the T here on the S&P 500 futures again. Like we hit it It's pretty drastically close to it. So that's going to be our initial like floor support here. Basically, kind of going to here to this hourly chart here, and really just kind of creating this as a very strong level of support, because again on the daily chart that is exactly that 21 EMA here, which again, not saying it's going to hold, but it could bounce off of that level. But if we get some more aggressive selling, the next level I'm going to be looking at is around that 35.90 level. If we get some more downward momentum action happening going here. Alan says, please squeeze the S out for the bull, please. Squeezing it. That, okay. I want the bull. I've been squeezing the bull all morning too, Alan. Don't worry. Let's go here. So the couple setups that I had so I switched between the hourly chart to kind of look at the intraday thing, and of course I always go to my daily for references, and of course the weekly as well, depending on what I'm looking at. Looking at a couple charts that someone asked about Tesla. This one has been a tough one without a doubt. Really aggressive movement again here. Again, if the Dow drops 1%, this then just drops drastically more. Again, really hitting that like 650-ish range, and just kind of really aggressively selling off here, and really seeing somewhat of a recovery here. I'm not going to be saying that it's all over, and I was talking to someone last night on the Discord, and they were saying if I'm sorry, more water. If that we can get a aggressive rally into the holiday season, which anything can happen in the market. Like, I think this temporary like downward move is really due to like a pit bull low. Again, we have monthly expirations happening next Friday. That's always could be a trigger for the overall market to potentially give some back. Because again, you have those the contracts that are needing to be closed and sell out, and they need to be rolled into January's contract. So that's that pit bull or witching expiration kind of thing, where we usually see that Wednesday, Thursday of the week previously to the month expiration, you get a lot of selling of the week prior. So this is still within the norms of things. Again, it does. You have to always check yourself and tell yourself that, because when you look at your P&L in a lot of stocks, you're seeing a lot of down days, and it's never fun. Like it's unless you're short, that you love to see those down days. But yeah, the 5 billion cap raise was definitely one thing, but I think that kind of makes sense, right? They're going to need that capital to expand out, especially with the gigafactories and everything. Again, so full disclosure, I'm long term Tesla. So, and I trade it on a very short day trading, almost like a swing trading method. I a lot of times just sell premium in it, and that's how I really just kind of view and actually trade Tesla on that sense. It gets a great stock to trade, honestly. And I know people who literally just trade like Tesla, Apple, and like Netflix or Zoom, whatever the 5 large major caps that are in the market, and they just trade options on those on like a weekly expiration time frame. Not really my cup of tea. I'm not the world's greatest day trader, but there is opportunities for sure to look out there. So looking at Tesla, even looking here on the daily side, which I always like to start my charts at, we have a very strong recovery here, but that doesn't mean that this is going to continue. Tesla's really going to follow what the overall market's doing. Again, we're seeing the Qs. Where's the Qs at? They're down 75 points. So that's still somewhat more of the heavier downside. Again, it's not 1% where we saw, again, we were down, I think at one point this morning, I was looking at nearly 123 points, I believe. So nearly over 1%. But we kind of came back from that. So I think we're most likely going to get like somewhat of a movement with Tesla, potentially seeing or with the overall market, maybe see some selling in the morning, and then we would potentially see the bull stick his head up and potentially slowly grind higher into the close. And again, that 3 to 4 time frame is very important. And again, in the market, that's usually when I have all my eyes on the screen as well, to really see on how it plays out and to play that thing. So moving forward with Tesla, we have some initial support around that 554 level. We've gotten back really strong here. We actually have not closed below the 8 EMA on the daily chart. So it's definitely been a very aggressive move with that really steep sell-off. We did break through the parabolic SAR dots to the downside, which again is not my favorite cup of tea, which is, again, I kind of highlighted out that we could potentially just kind of trade sideways here until we start getting some more better news coming forth, or whatever reasons that Tesla could potentially get a catalyst higher. Because again, we're past battery day, we're past the overall earnings. We're really looking for the entry to 2021. We want to hear that Berlin Gigafactory is going well. We want to hear about the Texas factory going well, and they're really ramping up production in the Cybertruck. And of course, more and more people potentially buying the Model Ys as well, and those Model 3s. Really, they're really staple of that going through. RJ saying Tesla really effed me this week. Yeah, I think Tesla really wiped out a lot of people, and it really is hurt a lot of people. Like even the positions that I had in Tesla, I was like, ooh, it was painful to look at, but I kind of just closed that little tab on the window there and just didn't look at it. And just have put some alerts out to kind of let me kind of better track it. Yeah, let's see here. Tesla, the money printer for the little guy. Yes, it is very much a money printer for the little guy, Alan. GTFO says, yeah, Disney is up pretty large numbers. I think it was due to some subscriber numbers or whatever. Wow, it's up to 170. Holy moly. Okay. So with Disney, I'm in it. It's been a long-term position. I have some longer call options than which I might be trimming today. That's a really beautiful move. Wow, that's much more. I thought it got up to 160, but wow, it's really ripping higher here now. Looking to potentially test 173, which is a Fibonacci number. So if we swing to the daily chart here, again, we're breaking up to all-time highs. Like this thing has not seen these levels ever. Like this is brand new, uncharted territory for Disney, and we can potentially see that rip higher. Again, it's up to nearly 170 right now. That 173 is going to be a very key target to potentially hit and take some profits there, with a longer term target still around 199 to 200 for Disney as well. Again, if you've been following me for a little bit, we bought Disney on the dip way back when the overall sell-off was happening. I think we added quite a bit, around 95 to like $90. It was like $95, $90 to $95 we added to the position. This is definitely a very, very great move and a great day to own Disney. The sad thing is like, yeah, the stock is up and everything is fantastic, and Ken's going to be putting some cheddar in his pockets today. But the downfall is like a lot of people lost their jobs. Like it sucks. So I don't want to praise it on that sense. Yeah, are you in it, GTFO? And also, side note, GT, I played Cyberpunk around this morning, around like 3:30 for about like 2 hours. You're so right. I have a really beefy PC here. I got 16 gigs of RAM. I got a 2070 NVIDIA card, i7 processor, blah, blah, blah. It ran fine, but the game had so many glitches in it. Like I had this auto save point, and I was not able to pull and draw my gun out. And I guess it was a known bug glitch on the forums. And they said to remap the key, and that didn't work. I brought back older saves. That didn't work. And then the other tab said, make sure you're not running any like extraneous processes in the back. And I said, I run all my trading platforms in the back, and I'm not closing that down, especially because, again, I wanted to play this game somewhat during market hours. And really kind of have my alerts set up, and just it's a great game just to hit escape and just switch to the other market. So I actually refunded my money on that. It was not worth it for me. I might buy the game when it goes on sale, but I'm not gonna buy it in the state that it's in right now. You really changed my perspective last night. Enough about gaming. Let's go ahead and look at some more charts here, folks. So the couple setups that I'm looking at here is, again, Tesla potentially to rip higher with the Qs. The Qs are kind of coming back here. They're only down 68 now. So PLTR, we've talked about this so many times on the channel and a lot of videos, but this thing is still very active. Again, look at this here on the hourly chart. That 2617, that Fibonacci level, has been very strong here. We're looking for this potentially to hold. That's going to be my risk here potentially, in looking for a rip higher to at least break that 2825 to potentially even go higher. Okay, QS. Oh, what a chart there, right? That it's kind of selling off today. I saw it down, yeah, selling off by, it's only down $72. It was only going to 72. I have some resistance here around 71.22 on the daily chart, but this can come all the way down to at least 56, even come down to 46, and that stock is still an uptrend. I know a lot of people, a lot of things that I've seen is just like sell, take some profit on the table, which I totally agree. It's always good. One of my favorite sayings from Jim Cramer is like, bulls make money, bears make honey, make money, and hogs get slaughtered. Meaning, if you're a pig and you're being greedy and you don't reward yourself to the up or downside, you really get yeah. But it's a beautiful looking stock. I'm in it a little bit. I did have about 30 shares of it, right around that $45 or $42 range, and it just went, because it kind of made like a kind of a cup here. Let's bring this to like a 4-hour chart to kind of highlight this a little bit better. It kind of hit off that 2134 EMA here, kind of came back pretty strong here, and then it just ripped higher. Again, I wasn't expecting this to go to the levels that we saw. You never know. Like, I was expecting maybe a run to potentially test 52 to 60, but once we broke through 60 and just ripped higher and hit that like $87 level, I was like, holy moly, guacamole, we got a winner chicken dinner here. So yeah. Yeah, Lemonade killed it. Like, I own a tad bit of Lemonade. I wish I owned a little bit more, but this is definitely one to look out for. Looks like we got about 4 minutes-ish to the market open, so we're going to be getting ready for that. Let me just make sure everything is guns-ho here. Kind of looking at here, we have, do I buy the dip? Wait, sorry. Alan says, can we take a look at UTZ UTS? Yes, this came public this year too. Yeah, so kind of, I like it here. It's kind of potentially, it's not breaking here. I think, Alan, you know, with my trading charts, how it looks like here. It's kind of holding this key level around $19.16, in around that range. Again, that's a key Fibonacci number. That's basically where it broke that daily high of, going out to the beginning of trading. Even with a very strong recovery here, moving higher here, this is definitely a very nice looking chart here, and kind of just pulling back here, because you saw a bounce here initially to the 21 here as well, and kind of another bounce here. Potentially, they're not knowing where you're trading this. I think the market will shoot up and we'll get a stimulus package. What do you think? I think it's going to shoot up too. I really do agree. I'm actually going to put an alert out. If it starts breaking below I don't like to do always round numbers. I kind of want to be a little bit more random with it. I'm going to probably do around like 1877, which is again at 1878. What happened in 1878? That's what happened in 1878. Something happened that year. I feel it. It's like that's the what happened? Something happened that year. I don't know. I'm Googling. I'm sorry, I got completely sidetracked as usual there. Sorry, folks. Let me get this up and going here. Going this. Going that. There we go. All right. So getting this up and running here and seeing this load through here. Let me just get this going here, going that way. All right. Got a couple more minutes until the open. Someone says NIO. Yeah, NIO. Someone wrote into NIO. Sold off quite a bit because they did like a direct offering. So this one on the daily chart, it was setting up for a squeeze. I was kind of a little hesitant. That $42 level is something to be really a keen eye on, to really see on how it could push higher here. We're looking at some market hours. Looks like at 42.30-ish range right now. Let's look here on the hourly chart. I kind of like it here for a trade. You're gonna have to kind of keep it on a short leash because this thing has kind of come up here and kind of failed here with a keen eye around $48. So we could get a potential run up here into somewhat of a reversal here and kind of just an overall beatdown. I'm gonna go a little bit lower and I'm gonna kind of put in an alert around $40-ish. Because if I have my eyes glued to the screen, I get antsy and hesitant and I just buy it, but I rather just kind of wait for it, sit on my hands and just kind of let and kind of come to my potential prices, if that makes any sense at all. Oh, and there's the bell, ladies and gents. Let's go and have some fun. First alert, QQQs are up, so let's go look at that one. Okay, that's a nice little springboard higher. Wow, okay. That jumped really high really fast. Interesting, interesting. Let's see. I'm going to update some of this stuff here. So when I'm looking here on the offset chart, it's basically, I'm just looking at my current positions, looking at potentially taking profits, looking at how their overall market is opening up. Of course, I want to look at the DIS because that's going to be a very important one to look at. That's going to be up quite substantially with this movement here. I had some options I had on this sucker. I'm going to take some of that there. 17 bucks. Thank you. Looks like I'm not getting many fills as of right now. Because again, the market is going to be very quick moving here. Looks like Asana had an alert, is kind of selling off here a little bit as well. Let me pull up this. Oh, I don't know why Tastyworks does that. Like 4 minutes before the market opened, they just decide to disconnect. Disney's up beauty today. Wow. Yeah, that's a purty one, as they say in the business. That is a nice 100% gainer there. Gotta try to get that option filled there. Might let this one run a little bit more, but that is a nice return on that one. Looking again, we're looking for that key target, potentially hit that 72, 173, 173.50 range to potentially look for that one there. Let's go back to our flex grid. Really wanted to keep, oh, PLTR. See, we missed it. Look at that. What a move in PLTR there, folks. Wow. This is why I'm not a good day trader, because I'm so slow. I really need to put in my orders way up before that. Yeah, nice gains in Disney. Yeah, I had some nice options for that one. Took some profits there. Looking to potentially trim a couple things here, just being on the overall due diligence side of things, really. Let's see here. Look, yeah, PLTR came up right to those parabolic SER dots here on the hourly chart. Again, a lot of people are getting excited. That Pitbull low looks like it kind of took place here, but now it's kind of making somewhat of a stronger recovery here. But now the Qs are going down a little bit. Now they're around 90. That kind of was an early explosion in the market here. We'll see how that reacts again. We're literally only been 2 or 3 minutes in the opening here, so be very mindful of that and just really, yeah, it's going to be, the market does move quite a bit here. LLL selling off. PDD. No, why is PDD lower? Not supposed to be, not, I gotta squeeze the bull for PDD. Yeah, this thing always just kind of really rapidly moves around. Like, this thing could find some floor here. Let me look here on the hourly chart or the daily chart. Yeah, this thing could potentially find a floor here. So I'm actually gonna set an alert right around this area, around 138, which is the 21 EMA here. This thing does kind of sell off due to the fact of very aggressive movements again. People potentially just taking some profits here. Let's see here. Took some of that Disney off. Take another one here. Take a little bit of profits. Yeah, it fluctuates a lot intraday PDD without a doubt, and it's something that I'm not the world's. Again, you just have to kind of keep it on your alerts, keep it on your hands, sit on your hands, and not let it really shake you out, because again, it does move. So look at that now; it's kind of coming back here a little bit. Let's go back to PLTR. Tesla had a nice little explosion higher again with the overall market. The Nasdaq still kind of flat here, around still down 90 points. On that, some things are kind of moving here. PSTH is kind of moving. Pins, we got up a little bit. D King's kind of moving around a little bit as well. Interesting. Do fill some of these orders here. Looks like PLTR wants to be coming back. DHI, what's D? It sounds familiar. DR Horton. Oh, okay. That's kind of coming back here. Diamond Hands. You hold for Tesla. Let's flip between these grids here. Yeah, Tesla is trying here. Again, Tesla's very aggressive here. Are you doing PLTR or are you talking about Tesla for Diamond Hands? There we go. Trim. Let's see here. What's NIO doing? Is that kind of holding that trend, or is it kind of going below 42? It's kind of holding it, guys. Like, this might be a kind of I don't know. I don't like that the 5 and 8 have crossed through the 21 EMA. GM. Nice. That's a good move. I had some options in that. Novavax is moving up or down. Please don't tell me it's up. Okay, it's kind of coming back here. It's kind of hit that 21 to 34 EMA, which is kind of that considered of our buy zone here. And kind of coming back strong there. So that's a nice looking chart as well. Let me just. Let's see here. Going for up, yeah. Did I play any of these weeks IPOs? Not really. Again, like with those IPOs, it's so difficult to kind of get a really good fill on those, because it just really just kind of the super fast computers that can really get ahead of you, just beat you there every single time with like Airbnb. I would have loved to add Airbnb, but we saw with like snow, that first day was fantastic. Then it kind of just traded sideways for a little bit. I think that I don't know if Airbnb will do that as well, but it looks like it is slightly trending higher today. But this is not one that I'm just going to be getting, without a doubt, putting in my full portfolio. Just going to go and completely ham on it. So going to be a little bit more cautious with it, as lack of better words, and really maybe wait until the first earnings and kind of play it from there. Overall, it's kind of a blah kind of day. Looks like POTR is breaking out. That's fantastic. If you're long that, I got a little bit of that going for me, but nothing crazy. Oh, you're in Airbnb? What price did you get in, Chris? Let's see here. Getting like CRMs down $1.50. Like why? CVS positions a little blah as well. A little bit of coming back from Disney's coming back a little bit. I will just close that out completely. We'll see that run for a little bit. Facebook still down $1.50 as well due to fighting those allegations. Ooh, that's not a good looking chart. At 146. Okay, so you're kind of, if you'd have said like, oh, I got it at 100, that would be fantastic. I'm gonna cut this sucker. I don't like the way this is acting. I can get a fill on that. Fill. Wesley, what's up, my friend? QCOM. Wow, that's a good. Oh, did I check that? Yeah. Ooh, Wesley. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Great looking chart. We're going to be adding that. QCOM. We're going to be looking at some options activity going out here. Let's see here. Yeah, if Airbnb was like at even $80, I would have taken it, but it's been a little too pricey for me. Let's see here. I'm not seeing anything. I want to see if this kind of can hold here. I like QCOM. I think it's a great stock, a great company too. But this is definitely something to look out for to see if we get any kind of selling going into this here. Let's see here. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see. Let's do that. Interesting. Yeah, I think it's at a good price point. I'm just trying to find the option that I want to get into for it, though. That's always the tricky trick, right? I might just buy like the 150 or the 145 calls out in January. I do want to go to a little bit longer. It looks like it has earnings on the 3rd of February. It's saying on Tastyworks. Oh no, I don't want to buy puts on QCOM. I just kind of look at their. I just bought one share of Airbnb for fun. I think a lot of people, I got a lot of messages of people like, oh, I just put a market order out for Airbnb and I got filled at like 150 plus. Let's see here. What was this trading at yesterday? I kind of like that one, actually. It's going to be a little, I might do that. Get up to 150, maybe this. Let's do that. There we go. Why is this going lower? AMD is kind of taking a little bit as well. Looks like the NASDAQs are down nearly 100 now, which is blah. Let's close this out. Get some of that market back. Close that out. I'm just kind of taking some profits on some stuff here, honestly, right now. Like AMD, TSM are always interesting for me. Always ones that I like to look at and hold. Let's see here. Snap. Snap is one that's been coming up my my charts quite a bit. Between Snap and pins, there's been somewhat of aggressive movement on that. Today's just going to be maybe just a little a blah day. Looks like QCOM. Did I get filled in QCOM? I'm looking. I don't think so. Or did I? Today. I did get filled. Okay. I got some February. Leo, yes, it is my birthday. Yep. Thank you for coming by. Yeah, QCOM, again, it can sell off. It can potentially go to that 145 to, we have to be kind of careful here. I bought the February option, so be mindful of that. I'm going to be looking at, so PDD is down quite a bit. NIO is still kind of holding that $42 range. Again, a little bit questionable there. Lulu, I think, Chris, you're talking about that one. That kind of took a little bit of a tank as well today. Because I think, did Nike have earnings or something like that? What did who? Oh, that is a pretty. Oh, they did have earnings. Okay, that's why it went down. They had earnings. I think Nike has earnings coming up too, right? They have earnings coming up. Okay, that is a beautiful looking chart. Wow. Wow. Looks like the NASDAQ is down. 117 here. Again, we want to kind of potentially see on how this plays out here. Going to. If we're going to be aggressively coming, this is nothing like we tested this range earlier today in the morning. So potentially looking for some support to come in around that previous low. That doesn't mean it has to hold, and potentially even going lower to, again, we talked about that 12,100-ish level potentially being the next floor there. Handel, thank you for the birthday wishes. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. NASDAQ. Yeah, a little. It's not like a fun day. So on more of the bulls, I need to squeeze the bulls a little bit more here. It looks like the bears are coming in and attacking us here, but that's okay. That's just the market that we are given here. We can't control it or dictate it. We just have to be grateful on what opportunities we do have, right? Looks like Disney's coming back a little bit. Zillow, that is up really nicely today. Let's look at this flick schedule fast. Yeah, PLTR is looking like it kind of coming back here a little bit and might not get a pull harder here. We're going to be looking at this one going forth. I'm going to buy like one of these. No, that's all right. I'm going to be looking for PLTR potentially to touch 30. We'll see how that one plays out. If we can get some orders out for that. Tesla is a little bit blah. Again, it's going to be more dictating the movement of the NASDAQ overall. Check JKS. I don't know what this is. And it doesn't look very good here. It's kind of breaking lower here, and it's potentially selling off here. If you're short it, you're happy. The bulls are taking a nap here. They're just we need to give the bears some time, some fun in the sun. And again, correction days and sell-offs and whatever these market chop days you're talking about are is good for the overall environment, to be quite honest. Let's look at AMD. AMD, yeah, AMD is just doing just fine. I don't know why my alerts are not showing up here. Let me do here. I want to keep a really close eye on that one as well. That's one of my larger positions. PFE, huge drop. Yeah, huge drop, but it's coming into that 8 EMA here on the daily chart, so it's still somewhat trend still looking for potentially trying to break above that 42.50 to the upside there, though. It's not. Interesting. Zillow's doing good. Lemonade, really, what happened to Lemonade today? I thought it was doing well. What happened? I think it's just, again, people just taking profits here. It's very, nothing too drastic here. Thanks. Let's see how much cash. Sorry, it's not too exciting here, folks. I'm literally looking at my own account. Looks like the Qs are coming back here. That's the NASDAQ again. We were down pretty drastically. We talked about that 21 EMA here on the daily chart potentially being a nice little move there. PLTR, how's that looking? We should probably put an alert out for that. I want to keep an eye on that young gun, potentially trying to chest this level up here again. So basically this is what I do most of the day. It's just field conference calls, do my IT job, and then just set alerts and just kind of trade around that here on that. You've seen the Qs kind of come back here a little bit, so this is a great little move to go forth here. We got some actions happening here within that. That's always lovely to see. And here. See, Tesla's kind of coming down a little bit here. Again, they're kind of Tesla and QQs, not saying they're completely aligned here, but they're definitely it's going to be trading more aggressively with it rather than like a PLTR, which is kind of in its own land, and it kind of trades its own little thing from there. Let's see here. Let's see here. Two more. Okay, let's see here. Qs, that's which calls for QCOM did I buy? I bought, which they're down right now, so you can get them at a better price. Let's see here. Where did I buy those? Alphabetize. Why is it not showing up? Q. Oh, there it is. I bought the February 19th of 2021, the 150 call. And I paid just a hair under $10 for it. See, you see PLTR trying to zoom up here. We have the squeeze still in play. The volume zone oscillator and RSI are trying to push it higher here. We did just break the parabolic SAR dots initially with that first boost higher here. But yeah, this is a Definitely could get a nice turnaround. The Qs are coming back here as well. Again, they've been jumping around all morning here, so this really just kind of being a very keen eye here and really looking at some potential aggressive plays that we could be playing into to taking some profits and so forth. QS still down nearly 10%. PLTR is kind of building here as well. Tesla a little bit flat. That's okay. Let's see here. QS, a little bit of blah. VAL, which is also a position we have. Snap. What is Snap doing today? Oops, if I could type. Yeah, Snap. Wow, what a great looking chart. I'm not touching that. CDPR. What is it? C or C? Is it CD? CDPR. I guess the. Yeah, Ford is just kind of just building here sideways here, Alan. Again, I still have it. Actually added longer dated leaps on it. I have the where is it? Ford, the June 18th of 2021, the $9 call, and that's only up 5% today. With that potential movement here, we're going to be looking for that initial support around basically $9, and then potentially down to $8.70 to that support there. But we're still looking for to potentially break that $10 range. I don't know. My spidey senses keep on going to NIO here. I'm going to keep it on a short leash, folks. I'm going to be trading this just a little bit here. Let's see what options we have going on here. This is going to be a little bit more of a risky trade, honestly. Let's see here. I'm getting a lot of Twitter alerts here going here. Wow. Why is Twitter jumping today? Yeah, I took the day off from my regular day job, and now I'm going to be spending a couple hours with you guys in the morning, looking at some charts, trading here live, kind of just trying some new stuff here. Let's see here. NIO. Sorry, looking at NIO here. I don't know why I wanted to do this. Let's just do one of these. I'm going to buy some NIO just to be careful here. Oh, they had news with Snap? Oh, okay. You'll want to see, look at COTY. Yeah, this is just kind of coming up, taking a break here. Again, this has been a very enormous high running stock here, kind of slowing down here a little bit around that 7-ish range. Kind of waiting for some of the longer dated moving averages to potentially kind of catch up here. To kind of see how it plays out from there. But it looks like things, PDD is still down 10 points. Yikers. Nothing too crazy, but that's a crazy move there. What do I have on that one? Ugh. NASDAQs are still down 85 points. A little blah. You can share your tweets to Snap. Wonderful. More spam. Let's see here. Wow, Disney is really pretty high. It's trying that 170 range again. There's PLTR below. Okay. So let's see on how that position is working out. We might have to cut it. If it's too aggressive, it didn't, yeah, it's nothing too to write home about it. I kind of let them on a short leash. Let me just re-enter that. We are around, still not even 10 o'clock here. So again, I'm still in the first 3 minutes of trading. A lot of things back and forth without a doubt. Something's printing in our account. What is going on here? Interesting. Thoughts on Tesla, says Lee. Ooh. So Tesla is kind of just in blah land right now. I have it here on the hourly chart here. It's always this chart that I always honestly very aggressively look at. Really nothing to really report there, and this kind of just a little bit of a intermittent here. We can look here on a, looks like, again, like I'm really kind of looking at the cues here. It's still at 80, not down 84 points. I know that you never know with the recovery again, like this with the pandemic and everything. So Tesla's still on the daily chart. If we close below that 8 EMA, that's when I start looking concerning. But it is still aggressively highly traded. Need more coffee. But looking for initial support here. Looks like Tesla's trying to turn green for the day. This down 2% as well. So thoughts on BFT? That is one of those SPACs, right? I saw a lot of people, yeah. Any kind of SPAC, I have some levels around $14.50 to $15 to potentially hit, but there's nothing really to report there. Again, it's a SPAC. They usually run up to 14, 15, maybe 20, and they come back down. It's kind of been somewhat of a roller coaster. My longest leap for Ford is $12 call all the way out. Okay, that's not bad at all. Thank you, Aura, for the birthday wishes. Oh, the ticker symbol is different. OTF. What the heck? Why is it 5 letters? That's a little bit too. Oh, CD Projekt Red. Yeah, everyone's shorting the hell out of that. That was a, whoever shorted that is a very happy camper. Like, that's that might be it's on its way back down to 80 with a matter of, on Steam it got pretty good reviews, I thought, but like I told you, I returned mine. I just don't have the time to deal with bugs and glitches right now. I really just want a more refined game, to be quite honest. That's just my opinion there. Let's go back to the flex. Tesla's nothing to really report there. PLTR kind of finding a base here. Again, keeping an eye on the cues here. So we're seeing some very aggressive movement. We haven't broke the low of the morning low on Q, so the potential upward trend is still intact, kind of just bouncing around here and so forth. Let's see here. Build. Let's see here. No. Google's an interesting stock too. They could have, yeah, they're going to be delaying it. It looks like BFT just hit my limit there. Doesn't mean it has to stop, so it could probably go higher. It's probably going to go to 15-ish plus. Let's see here. Let's see this over here. PDD is not a fun one to hold right now. Not a fun one. Why is it down? Snap's still doing pretty good here. So what is this? AMD needs to get their stuff together. AMD. Yeah, AMD holding that 90, 89, $90 level. Just doing fine and dandy there. Might want to be looking at that a little bit more. See that, get rid of that. Let's see. TSM trying to turn green for the day. Yeah, same with TSM. I think TSM can easily try to break above that 105 potentially into today, because we're getting that nice little squeeze set up. As long as we get some volume, we get the cues and everything else kind of printing higher, we could get a nice little move within TSM to go higher from there. Close that out. Let's see here. GE. Yeah, GE is always one of those. It's had a crazy strong, like, shoot out of the cannon moment. And I would even call it a slow grinder. That thing is just climbing here, potentially going to be testing 1160, which is a key Fibonacci level here again, which is the 78.6 from this previous swing high to low. So that's going to be a very key level to look at that one there. Let's see here. JD's up nice today. That's good to know. Interesting. Just trim here. Alan says, can we take a look at Scott's Miracle Grow? And they would be much to take a look at the fib levels. Sure. Wow. Are you in this one? That's a good looking chart. Looking for, again, hitting an all-time high today around 195. Looking for the next target, which is a key level, which is the 1272 extension around 207 there, with some downside support to around 179 to 180. Should I buy Tesla? I don't know. Tesla's kind of coming off here a little bit. It's kind of following the cues. Again, Tesla can come all the way back down to 600, and I still like it again. I'm not going to be trading Tesla most likely today because it just takes up so much of my brain power, but I am very long-term Tesla. JMI. Yeah, this thing has a nice little move today. Hitting a key level here at 39.58. Potentially looking for breaking above this if we get any kind of momentum to around that $50 range for JMIA. This thing has been a very strong mover in the fact of just continuous, what's it called? Kind of making like a cup and kind of a cupboard pattern here, and potentially seeing that level here, which is again that 39.58, which we've seen previously sell off before, to potentially see and go higher from there. My cost is at 612, and should I sell it for now? Again, I'm not able to tell you what you should sell it for, just due to the fact of depending on your time horizon. If you own the stock, where should I sell? It's all your time horizon. Like, again, you're looking on the hourly chart, the daily chart, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's really up to you. Where should I sell JMI? Depending, again, when people say, when do I sell? It's all relative to what your expectations were when you enter the trade. So I like to always tell people, when you enter a trade, you have to know your targets that you want to hit. Again, that nothing's guaranteed, and then your best and worst case scenarios, and then where to cut losses. So initially, if I bought into JMIA right now, I would potentially keep it on a short leash. So if I was trading it or swinging it very short time frame, like a week or two, I would let it come all the way down to potentially this level around 31.58. If it was kind of pushing higher into today, I would maybe leave it around 35, because again, you can always get in and out of the positions as well. So be very mindful of that. It's okay to take a loss. Like, the only thing it really kind of comes down to is if the day pattern trade rule comes into play. That usually is a very huge hindrance for a lot of people who have a little bit smaller accounts compared to folks that are able to get in and out of trades very fast due to the fact of the aggressive of their account. Let's see here. Sell that. You're welcome, XX. Eddie C. Yeah, Eddie, so I didn't mean to be like, when should I, like Tesla, I'm very long-term in Tesla, but if you're trading Tesla, that's going to be a little bit more of a different topic, because again, if you're trading it, you're going to potentially looking for some support initially around 600 to potentially see that bounce back. The Qs have somewhat muted today. They're kind of holding around that $70 range as of right now. Let's go back to the charts here. I know there's a lot of flip-flopping, sorry folks. And potentially seeing that kind of build higher here. So I kind of like to see that kind of come out. Did my NIO order go through? Yeah, the NIO, you got to keep that on a short leash. Let's take a look at NIO. Yeah, see, it's hugging that range right there. We need to kind of hold that. Fastly and D-King, yeah. D-King's been a stock that I have not been able to trade very well at all this year. It's been a stock that's really been kicking me around quite a bit and just not been a little bit of it's been not a good trade for me. But this is looking fairly strong and potentially holding that rebounding here around that 21 EMA and potentially seeing it break, close above that 50.83, potentially test that 53.68 to potentially get higher from that level. Because again, we've seen it test once. Let's enhance here. We saw it test once, then kind of twice here, and then now potentially a third time. If we can get that movement or that price target up to those levels and really see that potentially break out from that level. Let's see here. FSLY, oh, Fastly. Yeah, Fastly is an interesting chart here. We've hit this level here around 100. It's a nice round number. Everyone knows how to type 100 on their keyboard. Really being the key level here, it's the 78.6 from the swing high to swing low on the extensions on the fib tracement here. And this potentially could get a breakout if we get some more significant volume going through. And the next level to the upside would be around 107. GTFO, I know you and I have had terrible success in D-King, and I know people who have made so much money. It's just all about perspective and how you trade, how your setups are, and things like that. It's really kind of coming down in tune with that overall understanding. Let's see here. I don't really like that right there. So that's Zillow's really going very well. I like it. Upwork's doing well. Uber's kind of been blah. Ken, are you holding more cash now? Do you? I've been selling the last 2 or 3 days, not like crazy amount, but what am I at with my trading account? Actually, I'm in less cash than I thought. I took some aggressive trades on a couple things to really see how it plays out. But let's see here. Yeah, I'm usually most of my plays are very liquid, so if I do need to get out, I can get out pretty fast. But yeah. Oh, Dave. Oh, he bought a shit ton at 60. The reason I'm looking down, I have my third screen down here, right below my secondary screen here. So I'm kind of looking down here on the laptop. Interesting. The Diz is still printing for us. Fantastic. That is really a nice looking chart today. Wow. Tesla's nothing. The PLTR just kind of blah. The thing is, look at the cues, folks. The cues, like we talked about in the beginning of trading, like, hey, we're going to potentially see some selling coming in. What we want to see is potentially the bulls start defeating the bears and ramming them with their very sharp horns right underneath their esophagus and tearing right through them, and really getting us to some higher levels here. Some key levels that we want to be looking at here is basically a break here again. Putting out a lot of alerts here again. I'm sorry this is a little bit more boring than the normal like Sunday night live stream, because again this is during active trading hours and kind of really being watching the screens, just kind of looking at things and being very mindful of that. I don't think we need that. Qs are coming back. Looks like the overall a little bit green on the day. Like, yeah, wow. Look at the Diz now. What a great look. We could potentially test that 173.48 today. Getting phone calls. I'm not taking phone calls right now. Thank you very much. Yeah, that Disney is looking great. You think MKX will squeeze one of those ones just buying stocks? Let's take a look. It doesn't ring a bell. KMX. Okay, it's got CarMax. Okay. Interesting. I wonder, I don't know the tickers off my back of the head. Like, how is like AutoZone and like O'Reilly Automotive doing? Because they usually kind of trade someone in tandem. Yeah. This is looking interesting here. I like it. The only thing is we do have earnings coming out on the 22nd. Wow, it's a very strange earnings day. A couple days before Christmas. That's always fun to have it be in a conference room going through that. I don't know. I might take this trade. It's not looking terrible. Let's look on the weekly side. Holding a key level here. A little bit of negative notions again that has not been able to really break above 97 to $100 there. I'm not sure what your time horizon on this particular stock is, but I don't know. That's gonna be a tough one. I think, it's worth a trade maybe, but it really needs to show some support. I'm gonna actually put an alert here around 95-ish. Or below. I just want to keep an eye on it. Oops, I did it. I wish silly Thinkorswim could read. Why is it going off? It's going, I said at or below. Is it below that already? It's below 94. Okay, there we go. I guess I had to zoom in just a little bit more. I felt like an imbecile there, but that's okay. Let's see. Looks like I like AMD is coming back nicely. TSM is going green. Me likey that as well. Let's see. Yeah, you are right. Stocks are kind of coming back here as well, Chris. Like we talked about earlier, like AMD is getting a lot of love here. Love it, love it. Let's see here. Was a FSLR. Oh, that's one of the solar stocks, right? Or is that the? Am I thinking of that? Yeah, that's a nice looking chart. That's a nice looking chart. We bought into a little bit here, ran up. We actually took price target around 93. Really looking for, yeah, it's kind of consolidating here again. We don't have a squeeze in play. We have a 2-day squeeze, so there's nothing too really at home. It's a good spot for long term. Eddie, I'm looking at it too. I think we're seeing, everyone's kind of seeing the same thing. It's really holding that 42.20 range. It's kind of at that point of like, is it going to tip over the edge of the crater and fall into the hole and crash and burn? Or is an angel or a tow truck going to help it get out of it and it's just going to get back on that road and its red Ferrari and just drive down that road extremely fast to higher prices? I don't know. Again, I don't have a crystal ball. As of right now, it's at that capitulation point where we could see that teeter-totter method potentially break the straw on the camel's back, whatever the silly, dumb expression is. I am not hope. I don't use hoping for anything. NIO is I'm keeping on a very short leash. Yeah, $42 is the crossroads sections. It's the fork in the road. We can do all kind of road analogies, and I love doing analogies as well. So yes, be very, very, very careful. Let's see here. Not seeing anything. It did jump from that last spot, but the thing is, what I'm looking at is the squeeze and how it reacted previously, not at the same price, but we saw that same kind of pattern where it kind of came in close to the 21 to really hit that 34 EMA, and then it kind of just started to build higher until it got that really nice momentum and just really ripped higher. Again, since the DNA of NIO, it has the potential to rip higher, so that DNA could continue with that movement. The only concern is that we do have the falling parabolic SCR dots. We have the 5 and 8 crossing through it, and we do have a little bit of negative pressure coming in because, again, if we start closing below that 34 EMA, which is kind of below that 42-ish range, we could see that kind of get lower there. Yeah, again, I wish I had more Disney. Like it's always the fun thing to look at the day after. Looks like Disney could potentially hit that 173 level, which we talked about. So that's going to be pretty insane to see that. Didn't know Disney was going to jump that much in one single swoop of the day. Like, wow. Dish. I put for you members out there. I know I put out a thing about Dish about some weird options activity. It's kind of coming back here a little bit today. I'm still holding it. I might trim it a little bit of it. I'm not really loving it here. I thought it's going to move a little bit faster here, but it's not really doing much of anything here. I'm going to be lightening it up a little bit here. Maybe just cutting 25% of it here, because it's not. I don't know. It could move to that 37. We were looking for some targets around $40 plus there. QS is still around that $70 range. That's kind of good there. PLTR, yeah, 27.30. Whoops. Oh no, son of a gun. When it does that, there we go. All right, Flex. Tesla's kind of holding here again. We have the NASDAQ here, still down 60, but it's trying to turn positive. We have PLTR trying to build higher here as well, which is good, goody gumdrop. Let's see here. LNDM, just a little bit of blah. Let's see here. Really, that Disney just really took us by surprise. PDD is coming back, which I love to see that. Position in that as well. Let's look at that. Couldn't you imagine how many people just got out of that again when it was down $10 and now it's only down 6.5 now? And within a 30-minute time frame. Yeah, that's crazy. QCOM is kind of still selling off here a little bit, not getting a bounce on that sucker. Excuse me. Again, we're only 1 hour into trading, so some of that volume is going to be potentially dying down here now. Really for more day trading, and potentially another great time to get into some positions would be between that 2:30 to 4 o'clock, or really into the close of today. We'll see how that goes there. Time to look at Wall Street bets. Yeah, I'll look at Wall Street bets if there's any interesting video ideas I can potentially make today. I don't know if I want to make a video due to probably just gonna go get off here and eat some pizza. Maybe I already took my morning walk, so pretty good dunzos on that. Let's look here. BA is one I've been kind of eyeing here. I kind of like BA here. Let's look at BA here. This is interesting. Let's look at this. What's TME? What's TME? What is this? Oh, 10-cent music. Yeah, these 10-cent companies, I always lose track of these. Wow. That's popping today on one of my alerts. Christopher, for even day trading, I use a 15-minute chart. A 1 to 5 minute chart, it gives me anxiety. I'll be straight with you. It's just too much movement. And again, like I said, I am not a fast clicker. I got a really nice mouse. Logitech, again, another stock that I've owned for long time. Make great mouse. It clicks really fast. I got a great keyboard that lets me click fast, but my reaction time is not there. So it doesn't matter. Eddie, is trading your source of income? Not fully yet. I still have a day job. Oh, Wall Street Bets tried to pump PDD? I didn't know that. Yeah, PLTR is just kind of like bouncing around here. Tesla's is bouncing here again, completely really tied to the overall momentum of the Nasdaq. But let's look at, we were looking at BA before I got sidetracked again. This is usually what happens with my ADHD. Oh, you have the same mouse? Nice. I love this. I can control the LED lights on it. I like the clicking. I like the feel of it. Feels really good in the hand. Oh, they try to pump it back in the summer. Oh, okay. So with BA, it's just kind of taking a break here. It had a huge run up here, basically from around that 160 range, and just really grinded all the way up to that 225, and now kind of taking a break around that 234-ish range. I think if we can stay above that 225 range, we can easily test that 267 in the near-sighted targets there. But definitely something. I do my trading at work too, Eddie. Oh, thank you, honey. My wife just dropped off my delicious smoothie oatmeal, so it's like my second breakfast. Yeah, again, my thing is too, like I still have a full-time job. I took off today, so I'm able to do this during streaming hours and do this. But my trading, how the hell do I open this? Let's just go everywhere. Okay, there it goes. I think it's like a blueberry oatmeal smoothie. Always good. SPY pulling back. I don't want to say pulling back. It had pulled back again. If you look at the Qs, the SPY, they all hit that 21 EMA. I'm using the futures because that's usually what I always tie everything to. That 21 EMA, it's not a made up number. Like it's a 21 is a Fibonacci number, but also it's the reversion to the middle, the mean, whatever you want to call it. Is your wife also? No, she's not dyslexic. No. She's very, she's a lot, how do I say this? I don't know what I'm trying to say. She's very musically inclined and she's fantastic and I love her very much. Let's see here. Etsy. Etsy. What's Etsy? It's T. SY. Yeah, man. XX, you're killing me, man. Like, I love this. I had this back here around 115 and kind of took some profits at here. And I was like, glad I missed this. Because this is crazy how I remember time frames. Because this is like when I had my hernia in August. Then I wasn't able to get into surgery until like this time frame up here, or the beginning of September. I remember I was like, oh, this is a great position. But then right after recovering from my hernia surgery, I remember I was like, I'm just going to cut it because it's going to be a headache and I really don't want to be staring at the screen, standing and sitting in a chair really after hernia surgery. And I missed it. Like this would have been a great opportunity to add it around 126 again. But again, I'm kind of Monday quarterbacking here. But this has been a nice little rip here higher again. Hitting that key level around 165, breaking an all-time high to 171. So nice kudos to that. We can kind of give a nice little thumbsies uppy there for you. That is a great looking trade if you're in it. Potentially, again, it's been holding that 5 and 8 moving averages, aggressively trying to grind higher. The next level of support to the downside is around 165, and then potentially 160 is going to be in between that range. But looking for, again, potentially hitting that $200 plus target up there, which is, again, a little bit more on the aggressive side, but yeah. Let's see here. Finally getting PLTR. I don't know. It's not doing much of anything here for me. 100% Eddie. Like, again, I've been trading before I even met her. She's seen the very worst in my trading to the point where she's been very supportive, though. I have to thank her for that, and really sticking through it and listening to me complain about the market destroying my account, or how stupid I was on entering this trade, or how emotional I was on putting all my eggs in one basket. Like, I've done all the mistakes, and I've done them multiple times. So, and I still do mistakes, but I've learned a lot over the last 10-ish years of how to lose it. Yeah, oh yeah, I know that because due to the virus and COVID, like, you weren't able to get in for surgery. I was fortunate enough to get in within a month, and a belly button and a groin, and the groin was the worst. The recovery was not as easy as I thought it was going to be, but it's done and over. It's in the past. I learned a lot with trading and the hernia surgery. Let's see here. Everything's just kind of a little bit of blah here. Looks like the Qs gave back a little bit here again, not letting us kind of run away with anything here. The real one, yes. So space taking off, really? I don't think oh yeah, it is. Wow, nice. Likey. It's up 4.5, nearly 5%. Key level we're gonna be looking at is around 35, 34. Because you can see here, just on the hourly chart, we've hit that twice. And if we screen over here to the daily chart, that really is a key level, which we saw potential profit taking and kind of giving it the The hernias are extremely painful, and the surgery after it is not fun at all. You're basically really can't do much of anything. You can't pick anything up. You can't do any yard work. You can't do any kind of work. You can't even for 2 weeks. I wasn't able to do much of anything, and it was just literally just sitting around watching Netflix or really doing much of anything. Let's see here. Still blah. Looks like Disney. Oh, got an alert. QCOM. Okay, QCOM is getting a little bit below where I would like it. Again, I'm not going to be selling it here aggressively. I bought some all the way out in February. This can come all the way down really to 144 range for me, and I'll still be fine holding it. And with this movement here, so just be very mindful of that. I'm willing to take that risk. Like, if it closes below this level or tries to get even close to it level today, I'm gonna have to probably cut it and maybe get back into it Monday when we get some more positive prints and more better action going forth there. The real one, MELA. What is? Oh, I think I know that one. Is that the? Yeah. Wow. That is a beautiful looking chart, and I'm not in it. You're a very happy camper, aren't you? With this trend to continue, again, it can come all the way down to the 21 EMA, which is around 1480, 1460. But that next target's gonna be around 1700 plus there. Why not reduce your size right now? Because we're out of the time frame. So for me, I enter the trade. I was willing to take a risk. I will recheck it between 3 or 4 p.m. today, so an hour before the close. I will go through any positions that I started today, and I will see if they are substantially lower. Like The one I want to honestly be looking at is going to be PLTR, because that's a little bit more of the shorter dated side that I took. But holy moly, oh, I thought that was Tesla. Hold on. Okay, I need to change that back. Okay, there we go. That's better. I was like, how did I miss that? Like, let me put an alert on that sucker. With that movement, I don't want to be getting caught in the intraday like chop, because all the volume is coming in between 9:30 to like 10:30, even to 11 sometimes, and then the rest of the day a little bit of a blah. You do get a lot of aggressive movements, but then you really get the bigger players coming in towards the last end of the day, and that's where you start seeing more of the opportunities that are ahead of you to really add in or take away from there. If that makes any sense. I know that sounds a little bit skewed, but it's really kind of just looking at the understanding of what the parameters are. And really, instead of just trying to fight the chop, I want to kind of go with the trends and kind of going and not being bouncing around things. Because again, intraday movement between, again, that 11 to like 2:30, almost 3 o'clock range is just a lot of chop a lot of the times. Because again, if you didn't even look at Tesla, the past two, like, let's go here to the daily chart here. Tesla's not maybe the best example, but let's say if you bought in Tesla, like, I don't know, the 4th of December, and then you fell asleep for about a week, and then you came back, you're like, oh, I'm up a little bit. But if you were watching the screen every 5 minutes and seeing every single tick and every order go through, you were sweating bullets. So I kind of want to be kind of going away that. I haven't talked about Airbnb or DoorDash, because they're going to be, for example, I need to wait for those to kind of come back a little bit. They're just, these are not, I'm not a person that really buys out the hype train here. Dash is kind of selling off here a little bit, which kind of makes sense. I think people maybe kind of learn their lesson with Snow. Like, Snow took off all the way to like 300 plus, then came back and did nothing for like until its earnings. So I think it's going to be happening with a lot of these IPOs. Adobe, let's look at Adobe. Do I have an alert? Okay, they had their earnings. Wasn't the expected move here. I don't know why my trades didn't alert there. Again, I kind of did that wonderful like movement line there. I kind of like it here. I don't really have a complete setup here. Let me look here on the weekly side. Yeah, I kind of like it here around 465 better here. I know we're kind of trading around 170. I need to be a little bit more aggressive with that one. Exactly, GTFO. Like, I know GTFO and I traded Snow at those lower levels running into earnings. So with Adobe here on the weekly chart, so we'll look at on a larger time frame here. It looks interesting, because we're seeing the it finally broke the parabolic SAR this week with that movement again. Basically, it's run up into earnings and they kind of gave it all back, and then some a little bit. Yeah, Adobe already had earnings 2 days ago. It looks like what's that? Yeah, Wednesday. With that movement again, we're potentially looking for, again, usually after earnings, I want to wait at least 48 hours, maybe a little bit longer, to kind of see on how everyone else is trading it and where the price and volume are going to be dictating it. It was awful move. Yeah, basically up to the downward move here. But that being said, we're kind of in that chop zone, so you have to be very mindful of, you might be caught in this chop market here and really need to be very strategic on where you want to hold, and really setting your guidelines and your alerts around that. This potentially could go lower here. Even though on the weekly chart it looks pretty strong here, I like it a little bit better around 465 than it currently is. That doesn't mean it has to go down there. It does. It just could trade sideways here a little bit and do next to nothing. But that being said, I kind of like it a little bit lower here to see if we get maybe, again, overall Qs are still down 75 points. Again, really looking for the Qs to kind of level off here and maybe coming into after 12:30 Eastern Standard Time today, and maybe get a little bit more of a aggressive pickup in some of these higher tech names that have really potentially sold off here a little bit. Yeah, AMD and those guys are doing okay as well. Like PDD is kind of came back a little bit. Yeah, it looks like, okay, sorry, I'm just got distracted by Disney here on my alerts. Yeah, look at Disney. It's gonna hit that target. Look at that. Bada bang. Man, cha-ching. Some cheddar there. I have to probably take some profit here in my long-term account. Because that's a good point. Like with the Adobe, usually, oh, there it goes. It broke. You guys got my alert finally. That is, wow. What a move there. Very fortunate. Got out of that. Very nice. Let's see here. I'm just trying to adjust a couple things with log. Taking a little bit. I'm putting an order out there to sell some of my longer dated Disney around 172.9. Oh, it just got filled. Okay. I just sold it a little bit ahead of the Fibonacci number just to kind of take a little bit of profit and play it from there. Let's see there. It looks good in the hood. Yeah, tech is just getting hit and a lot of those SPACs today, right? Kind of just hit and miss. Let's see here. It is really trying here. Looks like Tesla's trying to take off here too. So that usually Tesla moves a little bit in front of the Q. So we'll see potentially the Qs maybe print a little bit higher here as well. So we'll see how that goes. That looks interesting. Yeah, Tesla is definitely trying to move here. What investor day means? What do you mean? What does investor day means? Kind of lost what you mean by that. You're confusing me. QS broke below 70. Yeah, what's NIO doing right now? 42. We'll see on how that one can recover. Kind of being a little hesitant on NIO though. Gonna keep that on a short leash. Let's see how that performs today. I got that going. I really want to see if we can break above that $44 range. If we get any kind of movement, let's switch back to Tesla. What's the difference between earnings and investor day? So basically, an investor day is basically when they show off some kind of new product, feature, or whatever. Like the investor day or investment day is usually Tesla will have that for their battery day or whatever. Sometimes they'll combine it with the earnings, but it's kind of two different kind of factors of it. PLTR is a little bit of blah. Qs are still down 80, but Tesla's really taking off here. I really missed that one. That would have been a nice little trade there. Bum ba bum ba snap. Why is that? That's the Twitter thing, isn't it? Tesla's a little blah. Interesting. Let's see. All right, folks. Disney a 180 to the end of day. Yeah, it needs to break above that 173. By end of day, that's going to be a little bit on the aggressive side for Tesla. I mean, for Disney, it's only going to be expected to move for the $3. So, again, anything can happen. But 175-ish would be kind of what I could potentially see. But 180, again, if it can get that momentum and continue to go, without a doubt, it can go substantially higher, yeah. Guys, I'm going to end it here. I'm going to go get ready for some lunchies and eat some pizza. All right, guys, if you have any comments, questions, please join the Discord and ask myself or one of the other fantastic folks in the Discord on advice and opinions and different things like that. All right, guys, thank you so very much for coming out and joining on this live stream. If you enjoyed it, you know how to hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. Again, greatly appreciate everyone for coming out. It looks like yeah, Disney is definitely printing some cheddar today. I'm glad I took a little bit off the top there, but I want to be very careful on that one. But anyways, that being said, guys, catch you guys on the flip side. We'll see you most likely for the live stream on Sunday. It's going to be the next live stream I'll be doing, but I'll be working on a couple videos to kind of keep you entertained and your beaks wet in the time being. All right, guys, peace.